everyone, this is Dano Kaiser for Game Trailers, here talking the science of games with Dr. Michio Kaku, and we're breaking down Assassin's Creed, a hugely popular franchise, which puts you in the role of a lead character who's been subjected to a mysterious pharmaceutical company who has access to memories built within DNA. So let's discuss memory's physical presence in our brains. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, the brain is not a computer. It has no Windows, it has no operating system, it has no CPU, there's no Pentium chip there, there's no programming there. However, it does have memory, and it is a learning machine. Its memories are constantly changing and integrated with the rest of the brain, and we see that with an MRI scan. We see the brain light up like a Christmas tree as it learns different tasks, as different parts of the brain talk to each other. So the brain does definitely have memory storage, short-term memory, as well as long-term memory.
Talk a little bit about the memories and how they correlate to DNA.
Well, I had my blood analyzed by Cambridge University for a BBC special, and they were able to actually trace the path that my ancestors took going back 20,000 years. Here's how you do it. They analyzed 4 genes in my blood, compared that to 4 genes of people around the world, and they looked for matches. The people who had perfect matches were then placed on a map. Most of them were concentrated in Japan, but then it trailed off. It trailed off through Tibet, going toward Africa. And I said to myself, oh my God, these are the closest fit to my ancestors, showing that they took a trail from Africa through the Middle East, through the Gobi Desert, into China and Japan. Now, as far as memories of fighting off lions and tigers, we don't think that memories are encoded in our DNA. Our DNA is fixed at birth. Memories you get after birth are not encoded in your DNA. However, your ancestral DNA is still there, and believe it or not, you are a storybook, in some sense a storybook of all the peoples that your ancestors were going back thousands of years. And that's available with today's technology.
You would not believe the things I have seen, Mario.
Is there current ways of tapping into memories of people throughout their current lifespan without having to involve the ancestors?
Well, we're trying to figure out how the amygdala of the brain works. That's at the very center of the brain. The very center of the brain is where memories are processed. At Caltech and other universities, they're trying to take a mouse and neuron for neuron, get a map of this structure so that at some point they're able to put in artificial memories into the mouse. We're far from that right now. The brain is basically a black box, but we do know that memories are processed at the very center of the brain, and therefore it may be possible to, piece by piece, reverse engineer neuron for neuron, that particular part of the brain, and then be able to inject memories that way.
But to fully understand going the step to get ancestral DNA and memories is probably out of the question.
That probably is out of the question. Just like a giraffe, the giraffe gets its neck longer and longer. There was a debate as to whether the genes of a giraffe were fixed at birth, in which case if it stretched its neck, for that generation it didn't matter, or whether the stretching of the neck could then be transferred to the kids. Darwin was right. Your genes are fixed at birth. So all the memories that you have after that are lost forever. Sorry about that.
You take them with you, but it makes a good video game premise. So if we were able to access an individual's memories, what would you say would be some of the positive ramifications of doing so?
Well, we do have people with brain diseases and, for example, Alzheimer's, where people lose their short-term memory but maintain the long-term memory. It would be great if we could repair that or prevent damage to those areas of the brain where memory are affected. So it would be very important that we locate how precisely short-term memories are converted to long-term memories, where they're stored, and with MRI scans we can actually see the neural motion as the brain begins to make sense of its memories. Dreaming, for example, is probably the brain's attempt to make sense of the different memories that it went through, to sort through, like in a filing cabinet, cleaning out a filing cabinet. That's called dreaming.
As always, we appreciate your insight. So for the very latest on the Assassin's Creed franchise, just head on over to GameTrailers.com.